Radiant's ban. Ten seconds to go. 5 seconds. Reserve time.
Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to the Gigabyte Windforce Dota 2 Cup. This is game, I guess 2 of a best of 3. MiTH did actually forfeit the first game due to having a conflict of games. So thank you of course to Gigabyte for sponsoring this tournament, and Sephiroth, who's casting with me. What's up?
Nothing much. Been waiting for a long time for this one.
Radiant's
The
ban.
picks are already underway. I kinda came to the game a little bit later, so I'm sorry about that, boys. You didn't see the early phase of the game. But MiTH are gonna start off with the Centaur and the Skywrath Mage. Invasion gonna pick up that Ogre and the Jakiro. What do you think
10
about
seconds to
this
go.
draft? Who's stronger in the opening?
Well, the thing about these
5
two
seconds.
teams is that Invasion are sort of known for their very early game aggressive lineup. Usually if the game sort of gets past the 30-minute mark, they don't often win. They usually excel in sort of the first 20 or so minutes. Versus MiTH, where Kells has been really going for hardcore carries recently. Most recently we saw him pick up a Medusa, Anti-Mage, and I'm expecting this is sort of going to be the battle of time, because if Invasion can finish the game early, they should be fine, but if they let the game get out of control, MiTH is going to be just taking something hard carry, I'm expecting. So I think Invasion have got good picks for that. Jakiro, who's a really strong pusher, Ogre Magi, who's really good at ganking in the early game. Very strong sort of mid-game picks right now from them.
Yep, I was actually looking at Lakel's playing Morphling last game against... Who were they playing against? They were playing against
10
CSW.
seconds
Can't say
to
whips.
go.
From... Yeah. Those
Australia.
are the Aussie guys, right?
Dyer's
Yeah, they
Yeah, I
are.
saw them
Australian
play
C team.
against... Who are they playing against? I casted them actually yesterday or... I don't remember who they were playing against, but they lost. They tried their
Yeah.
best, but they
Radiant's
lost.
pick.
They're a decent team. They're just not as experienced, I suppose, as some of the other C teams. But there's that Morphling again coming out from the Kells, and Kachik Imber's Dragonite being picked up as well. Invasion really mean business, but I guess so did MiTH. Did MiTH win last game against Can't Say Whips?
Yes, oh yeah, they were playing against MiTH, sorry.
Dyer's
Yeah, they
pick.
won. They won. Oh, actually, sorry. I
Radiant's
got it
ban.
mixed up. The game I was casting yesterday, CSW lost. I think they were playing against... Let me just take a look, otherwise I'll keep wondering who they were playing against. And I'm gonna be confused.
Well,
They
either
were
way,
playing against the
10
CS Idol.
seconds to go.
Aye.
Aye.
And yeah,
5
I have won
seconds.
both games against them. The CSW were running kind of like a roaming draft, but it didn't work out. But well,
Reserve time.
let's get back to this game. The draft is nearly done.
Yeah, so that's going to be an offlane Jakiro being played by Ghost, most likely, since they have now got the Ogre Magi and the AA pickup from Invasion. So there's 2 cores already who are quite focused on pushing. I'm sort of expecting a fast mech going to be coming out on the Jakiro, though maybe Invasion are going to be taking something to carry the mech as their 1 position. We do know that Ghost loves to pick up that Yule Scepter, though, and the initiation range is insane. Yule Scepter into Ice Path is a pretty much guaranteed disable. You can be KB out of it if it's mistimed at all, if you've got really fast reflexes, I believe. But it's still insane. Really, really good initiation. And then you've also got the pushing coming out from the Dragonite ultimate form, as well as the Liquid Fire.
10
So
seconds to go.
MiTH with the Lich pickup, I don't know if I agree with that. It's good in the laning
5
phase, but then the problem with Lich in the laning phase is that if you're versing something like a Jakiro, he's just going to push the tower down because you're denying creeps constantly to keep your mana pool up, meaning the creep wave is always going to be pushing towards your tower. And that's exactly what a Jakiro wants.
But unless it's a solo Jakiro, he's gonna get wrecked. That's the problem.
Dyer's
The
pick.
Scout Mage and the Lich output create him out of DPS.
Yeah.
And the lane gonna be managed, so Jakiro will have to come pretty far out to
Looks
actually
like we lost
do
one.
any damage to the tower, and in that instance he can get picked off pretty easily. But how
And what do
did
you think
they
about
run
this?
They picked up a Tide Hunter. Yeah,
I think
this
Todd's
is a
going
bit
mid
weird.
against the Dragonite.
Really? Well, it's possible. Not actually not too bad.
10 seconds to go.
I was
But
going to ask, what do you think about
need a
Tide Hunter?
Yeah, I mean, do
5
they need it?
seconds.
They already have quite a lot of AoE, and getting more AoE I don't know.
Reserve
Let's see how
time.
it plays out, to be honest.
Well, it can be quite hard to push uphill against, Tidehunter, Lich, Scarith, Centaur. That's a lot of damage output coming. You've got the Ravage, you've got the Chain Frost, you've got the Sky Ulti, and the Centaur with the initiation from the Stampede. So, in terms of uphill defense, that could be quite scary. But of course, it's very ultimate
Yes.
centric. So, you pop these ultimates, and then you've sort of got a 2 minute period for Tide, especially with that Ravage. But even for the Chain Frost, which has got a quite long cooldown, the early levels, where Invasion are just going to be happy to push.
And the other problem is that they don't have any anti-push if you look at it.
Yeah. It's
There's
all based
nothing,
around
like-
just taking the team fight.
Yeah. So they're gonna have big problems once Invasion goes into mid-game and start pushing down the towers. They will have to either gank them from behind and get really good execution stuff. Like if they fail even once, they're gonna lose at least 2 towers.
Yeah.
Because there's an AA on the enemy team, and AA counters the Morphling pretty hard.
Yeah, he's a really good pickup against that Morphling, and I'm surprised, honestly, that Myth Trust didn't decide to ban the AA out. Because you get hit with that Ice Blast, and with that debuff, you can't actually Strength Morph because you won't be able to gain HP, meaning that you can actually shatter yourself if you misclick, or I don't expect the Kells to do that, which is a little bit scary, and a Puck pickup coming last for FCFC, so 1 position Puck. Well, it's not really a 1 position. Kachikim is going to be taking the 1 position, but easy lane farming Puck, I guess.
Easy lane farming Puck. Will it work out? I mean, one lane's going to be ruined, actually, because there's going to be Lich on it. So they'll have to play catch up. Like the 2 lanes which are going to survive have to play catch up. So
Well, I think they're
don't
gonna be
really
running
like
an
this Puck
aggressive-
pick from Invasion. Will they?
They're going to be running an aggressive tri-lane though, won't they? I would assume to cure AA Ogre. It's a pretty nice tri-lane, isn't it? Or do you think it's going to lose?
Well, it's that kind of squishy. Like they don't have that much HP, to be honest. But it seems like Meta are not going to contest it from the looks of it. They're sending out Centaur to scout bottom lane, and they just might rotate top lane. Or actually, look at it.
Ooh.
There's going to be like a
They're doing a
the
dual lane
Morphling
mid.
for mid trust. Yeah, they're doing a dual lane mid, along with Lich being played by OY. Bottom lane is going to be Asuna Scarlet Mage, supporting Mypro on the center, while off lane is going to be handled by Jab on the Tidehunter.
On the side
And
of
it will be for
Invasion, we've got ADTR grabbing on the Ogre, Kachiki Ember playing the Dragon Knight in the mid lane. Interestingly, just picked up the Magic Stick, so that's going to be a really good pickup against that sort of Lich spamming out the sacrifice.
30 seconds to
Puck going to be played by
showtime.
FCFC on the top lane, Ancient Apparition being played by OK, and a Ghost, last but not least, on that Jakiro farming. And what are they doing? They're rotating the
This is
lanes around.
Starlane.
Looks,
Yeah, what do they want to do? Do they want to put the Tide against that draw lane? Because, to be honest, I think they could have contested it all, actually.
it looks like, yeah. I mean, maybe they could have contested it, but I get the impression that Myth's normal playstyle is to just secure farm on the Kells. You know, I think they have a lot of faith in his ability to farm and carry, so they just sort of, well,
Radiant
do
on
whatever
one
they can to
side,
secure farm, and if going mid lane is
Diamond
going to get him the best farm, then I suppose that's going to be the little goal there. But you can see the aggression coming out. They do actually have a really nice defensive ward in their own jungle here from Myth. So they can see that Ogre who's just trying to block the camp out, I guess, to be a bit annoying. So Tidehunter should be okay, but it also means that it's going to be harder for them to gank out that mid lane. Any rotations they make will
sound a
probably
bit-
be spotted.
We sound a bit sleepy, actually.
Oh, sorry. I think it's just my
What's
voice
the
right now.
time over
Haven't
there?
spoken in a while.
It's pretty late. It's actually pretty late as well. Sorry, guys. The game volume is too low. I'll just increase it a little bit so you guys can hear it. Because last time I had it off and you guys were complaining about it, and I was like, okay. So, well, mid lane, Luckill's gonna get quite a bit of farm here because Kachiki is getting zoned out pretty heavily by the Lich, who's just annoying him out of it. Like, look at him, he's like, bro, get away, go away. Poor Kachiki
Yeah,
was
it's hard
supposed to
lane for
go
him.
back, and
I think
yeah,
they want to go bot
it's pretty
lane
hard. Bottom
onto
lane.
the Tidehunter.
Yeah, they're going.
Getting a slow out. The Chilling Touch is coming out as well. A lot of damage, and I think he's going to go down here.
That's a first.
Tidehunter's tanky, but not tanky enough to withstand the damage from a Chilling Touch. So first spot onto Ghost there.
Even a Dragon Shell, even then he went down. Like, there's some serious CPS from Invasion.
Yeah. Well, Kraken Shell only blocks physical damage, yeah, and of course you got to remember that the Chilling Touch is magical.
Yeah, you're right. So that's magic damage, and along with the slow from the Jakiro. I think Jakiro was level 2 when the went, so the slow is like so annoying on dual breath.
Yep. Good little pick up there. Well, anyway, SC now just putting a bit of aggression on FCFC. Oh, mid lane they actually managed to take down Kachik Imba. I was not expecting that. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the mid lane.
Me neither. I mean, I was expecting a little bit because I saw them moving up here, so I moved the camp right at the last moment to catch it. The Scarlet Mage sitting top. Do you kind of agree with that? Because he hasn't done anything so far.
Well, I don't really know where else he could go, because if he goes bot lane, they can kill him really easily. One stun coming out from the Ogre Ice Path and he's pretty much dead. I think he really just wants to concentrate on shutting down Kachik Imba, which is probably a good decision, given that Kachik Imba is sort of known as one of the very, very strong players in Malaysia, and actually SD now getting sort of chased down by the Ogre. He has a really nice move speed, so even with that Ignite coming onto him, he can still sort of outrun it. But I think it's a good decision for them to just concentrate on winning the mid lane for the Kells, but also shutting down Kachik Imba. Because normally Kachik Imba ends up with superior farms, superior items, and pretty much everyone else in the game, so I don't know. I mean, what do you think? You've seen a fair amount of Invasion as well, I believe.
Yeah, by now actually I have. Been casting long enough. I don't know, they actually play pretty well, but here they are actually winning the bottom lane, so once the rotations happen, I think Invasion are gonna come out stronger than mid. I mean, mid is winning one lane, top lane is getting something, but it's the Puck who's going to be annoying my pro a lot.
Mid lane, there's a bit of an engagement going off. They're going to stun onto the Kells. He's got enough mana though for a waveform. He will actually waveform right onto OK, who has got up the Chilling Touch, but he attacks a little bit too slow. They won't be able to find a kill there. Guess they sort of scared them out though. Nothing much was really gained from a rotation of two supports though for Invasion.
Yeah, I honestly feel the Lich should actually be helping out the Scarlet Mage. The Scarlet Mage made a little bit of a mistake that he skilled slow on level 2 instead of Ancient Seal, which doesn't really give him anything, to be honest. I mean, yeah, he can maybe try to gank the Dragonite with it, but Dragonite is a hero which is already slow, so I think having an Ancient Shield on level 2 would have helped him in ganking the Puck, who will otherwise just dodge nearly everything.
Yeah.
So for now, it's just like sitting on the side. He's not even getting any experience. So I don't know what he plans to do. He needs some experience, otherwise it's going to be pretty useless come mid game.
I think he's been stacking the Ancients, or at least he stacked the Ancients once, so maybe that could be his game plan, is just stack the Ancients for jab and then, you know, sort of get experience that way. But it is true that Skywrath is one of those heroes that really excels if he can get a really fast level 6, and at the moment that's looking like it's not going to be happening. Especially because he can't even, you know, go with an experience range. They want to get that Centaur levels ASAP.
Bottom lane Ghost is really pushing this tower down. I mean, he's already built up Phase Boots and a Ring of Aquila. Sorry, Ring of Pestilence, not Aquila. And I think this tower will be going down in about a minute or two.
Oh, mid lane, bit of engagement. The Kells is going to be going in onto Kachik Imba, taking a lot of damage himself, but he does have the Strength Morph. Very hard to kill a Morphling, but SD is rotating in as well, smoked up. He's got that Concussive Shot, he's got that Ancient Seal, and Kachik Imba is going to be going down. Regeneration Rune in his bottle is not going to be helping him with that amount of damage.
Yeah, finally Scarlet coming into play, getting something done. After a long absence. Bottom lane, I think they want to dive him? Yeah, they want to get his tower and then try to kill the Tide. But Laker's got a double kill on the middle lane somehow on the Ancient Apparition as well. Didn't see that, sorry. Missed it. 3-1 now in the favor of mid.
Puck's actually chasing down SD though. I'm not too sure what he's thinking he can do. Puck has got the slower move speed, but SD doesn't have boots up, so maybe he will be able to catch him. Though, no, it looks like SD will be able to make it away. But man, the Kells is having such a good start already. He's not topping the CS, in fact Ghost is by far, but he is having a lot of kills. And now Kachik Imba, oh no, he's going to go down again. He gets a stun off, he pops a regen rune, but it's too little too late. Tide's coming in as well, and now FCFC is going to be taking a fall. Whole of MiTH Trust is standing on this top side of the map. It does mean that they got that bottom tower, they're going to continue pushing, but it's still not really ideal coming out there for Invasion. Losing Kachik Imba so many times in the other game.
I honestly think it's just that mids are warmed up because they were playing before. That they're reacting a little bit faster while Invasion were just doing nothing. I think it's kind of hurting them here because yeah, they just like came in cold and They'll take a little bit of time to start up. The early game kills are good, but they don't really change the whole game, because right now the game is more about mid-game and getting kills there.
Well, that's very true, is it? Morphling with a good start can be quite scary, but at the same time, he's still a Morphling, and Lakel's especially normally requires a fair amount of farm on his heroes before he really comes online, so Invasion, oh god, Kachikin, but again, going to be going down, Chain Frost coming out, the Stampede is going to be used just to secure the kill there. Okay, is sort of standing around the tower, he doesn't know which way to go, Lakel's wants to go in for that waveform to score a kill, and he probably can if he can get close enough.
Well, bottom lane is just use a Ravage, and they're trying to bring down Ghost, but Ghost is proving really elusive with the Phase Boost. He's just walking away. Center does not even have the Blink Dagger yet, and well, they're trying their best to chase this Jakiro down. That's going to be a big kill if they get it. Oh yes, they bring him down. That was the most... Yeah, that was the most fat hero from Invasion, I'd say. They just lost quite a bit of time with that. Fight recap, 3 people down from Invasion. MiTH are just steamrolling all over the place. 1000 gold gained, 500 lost for Invasion. This is suddenly looking a bit bad. Like, Ichigimba got shut down so hard middle lane, he doesn't even have his boots up right now.
We're coming down the courier though. Yeah, I mean, this is really, really strong play. I have to say supports are really doing a lot of work right now from Invasion. You can see the Lich. I mean, he just got to kill mid lane. He threw the Chain Frost to take out Kachikimba, and then straight away he was down on the bot lane, helping kill off that poor Jakiro. So he's really making sure that he's all over the map, making himself have a really big presence. But like we were saying, MiTH are really based upon their ultimates a lot, and I think laning phase, Invasion do have a strong lineup, but it's the mid-game, like you said, that's going to be really important. And the Dragon Knight, he needs a bit more farm, of course, but he will be able to find it, and he's going to come online a lot faster than this Morphling will, assuming, of course, Morphling doesn't continue to get multiple kills. So top lane, going to be seeing Ghost just getting nuked down so hard. He hasn't got that mech up yet. It's on the courier at the base, but FC is going again. Nice 2-man ultimate. SC is going to be taking a fall. FC chasing after Oi, but not going to be able to score a kill because the Stampede comes out. And meanwhile, Kels is on the background with a D rune, taking down Ghost with a nice waveform. FC's in trouble. He's got the orb up. He will be able to throw it to the side there, jaunting and making himself escape. But not enough mana for the TP, so if they catch him, he could die. He's still sitting on 100 HP. And it looks like he might be running right into Lich if he goes up this way. No, they've got a nice ward. They're giving vision of Lich, so he's just going to hide in the trees and TP out.
Dire's bottom tower's getting the business.
Well, 9-2 now. 9 minutes in, 9 kills for MiTH. They're looking strong, but they're losing towers. They've lost the top tower, they've lost the bottom tower, and if you look at the net worth, it's going to show the Jakiro. He's pretty far up there.
Mid lane.
What is in the network? It's not too bad. Mid lane, Kachiki vulnerable again. He's gonna get cleaned up. The Ancient Seal and the Cleave double throw is just way too much damage. There's so much nuke.
I think one big thing about this patch though is that a lot of that farm is on the Kells. You know, he's sitting on 5k net worth. He's got a mega kill streak already. So if they can take him down, that's going to be a significant boost of golden experience to their team. So that is one thing that Invasion probably should focus on, is maybe getting a smoke gank off onto the Kells, because, I mean, that was one big thing about this patch, was that the person who's leading really has a lot more to lose when they die. Then, you know, if Kachikimba dies again, it's going to be pretty much worthless, but if they can kill the Kells, that's going to be a big gold shift.
It's a pretty sad Dragon Knight. Like, he only has as much natural as a Lich on the mid lane who was supporting. So, I don't know how he can catch up actually. It's looking pretty hard. Ediria might be the next target though, because MiTH are smoked up. They're moving in from the back. There goes a stun, and everything being used on that Ogre. Unstoppable streak for the kills. They are coming mid again and again to just die. Like,
Dire's mid tower won't last much.
Yeah, it's becoming obvious that
Structure's looking fortified.
I feel like maybe Invasion need to get some possibly more aggressive wards coming out. I feel like defensive wards aren't going to help because, I mean, MiTH are just sort of going as 3 or 4 right now, with the Kel sort of rotating in when possible, so it is going to be hard unless they get aggressive wards to actually see the rotations as they begin. But of course then it's hard to get those aggressive wards down without dying. So they're in a really hard situation, but they've got the mech up now. Dragon Knight sitting on an easy level 6. Kachikima must not be happy. He will have treads up maybe by the 12-minute mark. But they could start pushing now. They'd have to play it very safe, but potentially they could start getting some towers down once they get maybe a couple more levels there onto Kachikimba.
Bottom lane tried to go on Lakels with the setup from the Ice Blast, but came a little bit too late. FZFZ, he was pretty poor, so he does not want to dive and die and lose his gold for the dagger. He's pretty close to it, but I think he might be dying anyways because there's a lich along with a centaur coming in from the back end. They're smoked up, and FZFZ has no clue what's about to befall him. Or they don't see him.
Yeah, they haven't got vision. They
They're
will
going
be
towards mid lane again.
Radiant's mid towers get
defending that mid lane, yeah. Centaur with the blink dagger. Looking like he wants to try and get an initiation off. They're going in, Haste on the tide. He's got up the Ravage. There'll be a stun coming out. Centaur running forward. Blink's on cooldown now. They hit AA hits Scarlet as well as Lich with his ulti there. It's going to be enough to scare them off. And meanwhile, there's space creating for Puck on the bot lane, who is, like you said, very close to that blink dagger. He just needs another 100 gold, and he's going to have that up ready to go.
Dire's top towers, you know the drill.
So Stampede coming out, they're running in. Centaur going to initiate there onto poor ADTR. Skywrath Mage ulti drop down as well. They've got the Ravage, but they're not going to use it just for one measly ghost. But still,
They're
another
gonna use
pick off.
it when Invasion tries to push. Like, that's what they're waiting it for.
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, to be honest, I think that Invasion tried to go for a mech first so they can push as 5-man to try and come back, but pushing in the face of all these ultis, they are a bit afraid. And that's the reason they are getting picked off like one by one from the sides.
Well, looks like it could be another pick off.
Lakels. There comes the AA blast and the stun. Yeah, I think Lakels is dead. He's not surviving this one. He's fallen. And that's an solo streak going to the way of ADTR. He's walking away with how much gold?
You know the drill.
720 gold.
Golden's are tough as nails for now.
Yep, that's a...
That's quite a bit.
Actually, I would have thought it'd be bigger than that, but that's still pretty significant there for that little ogre. Meanwhile, on the top lane, they did actually manage to take down Kachik Imba as well. So, sort of a carry for a carry trade, but definitely better there for Invasion. And they will be able to get this mid tower down as well, too. Ghost just pushing it. His Yules is almost... In fact, his Yules is completed if he decides to disassemble... Oh, wait, no, I lied. His Yules isn't completed, but it's close.
Dire's
It's
top
very
towers
close.
get
And they're getting the towers down, so they're getting their objectives. They're
towers gone.
not really losing that much, even though the kill score shows otherwise. And let's take a look at the graph. Yeah, it's only 3k advantage for Met, even though like it seems it's so bad, but it's not that bad. Invasion can still come out. They're smoked up. They're moving in from the back end on the mid lane. Out goes a blast. Lakels in trouble. He's caught out again, but he's just gonna morph out with the illusion. He's safe. But in comes Metros now.
Bringing on Ghost. Stampede's coming out. They want to try and take him down, but the Ravage is going to be hitting onto two. The Kells driving forward, going to be taking down Ghost, and now they're going to be able to get ADTR as well with a nice initiation stomp from the Centaur and ST's ulti. I'm not really sure what Invasion's doing right now. I think the big problem is normally Kachik Imba's the one sort of leading the charge on that carry role, but given that he's been shut down so significantly, they don't really have that sort of super farmed hero to lead the team fights for them. Normally at this point, Kachik Imba's sort of got up a minus and a BKB, and right now he's sitting on what? Not even treads. And in fact, he could be going down again. Lakel's just pinging him out, saying, let's get him, boys. Actually, bot lane Soy. Oh, sorry. Oh, FC tries to TP out into the trees, but not going to be finding his way. And top lane Kachik Imba is in trouble yet again. He gets the stun off onto the Kells. He's making a run for it. The Kells does have another waveform, but isn't going to be casting, in fact. And Kachik Imba turns around just to breathe in his face.
And then just walks away.
Just a bit of a cheeky.
No.
Why do you think Kachik Imba isn't picking up treads, actually?
I think he's trying to go for a big item straight away. Like, right now he's just so far behind. He's like, going for treads is kind of useless. I think honestly pretty sad. I mean, if I was so far behind, I would be confused too. He seems a little bit confused. He's trying to get as much farm as he can. You can see that. I wonder if he's gonna go for a BKB straight up, because that's the only item he can use right now.
Yeah.
But they're using him as bait. I'm seeing on the top lane, they know they're gonna come, and there they go. The backup is a little bit too late.
Dire's top towers, you know the drill.
I wonder if it's a Midas he's saving for.
No way. Not 16 minutes in.
The Dire might
That
want
would
to
be
mine
like
their
the
top
worst
tower.
Midas ever. It would be like the EI4 games where the enemy team is taking Rex and they're doing Roshan.
But
And
why
they took
would
the throne
he...
as well. Do you remember that game?
I don't. But why wouldn't he pick up the Ogre Club? If I would assume he's going for a BKB against this massive magical lineup from Myth. But if he's going for a BKB, why wouldn't he get the Ogre Club? He's got enough to buy it. What's he saving for?
I think he was a bit too greedy. He wanted to get the hammer first so he can farm a little bit better in the jungle and stuff.
Maybe I would have thought Ogre Club would help more with that, given that he's a strength hero. I mean, I don't know. I'm just really
I mean,
curious
it
what
does give
Kachik
him
Imp is
something.
doing. He's not having a
Well,
good
he's
game.
No, they're not having a good game. They need to somehow protect their carry.
Yeah.
It's just shifted like a 4 protect 1, but honestly I think the 3 heroes can protect him while Puck just split pushes because Puck is just so hard to catch.
Well, it's worth mentioning as well that BKB has now been picked up onto the Kells. So he's ready to sort of join the team fights, and you can see him now going with the team as 5. He's, of course, taking the primary farm. They know they can't kill him off immediately. So he's just going to be standing right at the front, ready to defend the team. Meanwhile, Kashyyyk is desperately trying to get some farm up. He's actually just opted to go for treads and a bracer, so he has spent that gold now.
Yeah.
That's sort of a desperation buy, though. He obviously didn't want to buy that, but he's decided he has to get something because he's just going to keep dying if he doesn't. So I guess they're just not going to contest this bottom tower. AA's just sort of ran
they know
off.
they
He's trying to
can't.
get his eggs up.
Dire's bottom
Yeah.
tower's getting the business. The Dire gave up a bottom tower.
It's like, yeah, he's really going for X. But I honestly don't think it's worth it. Because he's just so underleveled. If he gets his X,
Yeah.
it's going to be like level 11, and at the most, and the ulti is... Well, it's good, but it's not that amazing on level 11, to be honest.
Well,
they're
Tide's
waiting.
lurking in the
Look at the
trees.
Tide, he's just waiting on this. Yeah, he's just gonna wait.
Yeah.
And as soon as they see that they want to come defend, they're just gonna go in with a Ravage.
Can't do nothing about Dire's.
Well, it looks like they're just
And
content
Vision
with sort
knows
of
it's like-
split pushing. Evasion,
I
they don't have
honestly
Kashyyyk, but they don't
feel
have
like-
AA. So ulti coming
like,
through,
AOE
Ravage
is
gonna
gonna
be
come in,
going off,
but-
Puck does what he can. Oi does get taken down, the FCFs is going to die in return. It's a 2-for-1 exchange right now. Morphling in the middle of the fight, doing what he can. Mypro's incredibly low, but that BKB Morphling is just hitting so hard. Ghost does manage to get down Mypro, his Yules is still up. The turning around going onto the Kells. Ice Path coming out. Jeb is there, but he doesn't have Ravage. The Kells are so low, he is going to be taking a fall. This is a huge turnaround. Jab is going to be trying to TP out, but the Yules, unused previously by Ghost, is going to be nothing. How did they do that?
In bad shape.
I don't know. I mean, I'm impressed. I did not
Huge.
expect them to
Look at
win
that fight recap.
Radiant's top tower.
That's almost, almost a 3,000 gold shift and a 6,220 experience going the way of invasion there. That is,
Yep, that's quite huge team fight. They just won. Might be just what they need to come back into the game, to be honest.
yeah. That's one of those team
I mean, I
fights
don't
that I wish
expect
I
them
was
to
just
win the team
spectating the
fight.
game. If I was just
Yeah,
spectating, I
me
could just
too.
go back
I
in
was
time
like-
and look at it and see what just happened. What do you think just happened then? How did they win that fight despite being so far behind?
A got a really good ulti off. A got a really good ulti off. I think he got like 3 or 4 people in it on the back end. Tide went in a bit too far. His teammates I don't think were ready to go in that much. So when he went in, the A ulti came on the back and they were a bit confused to go in or not, and that confusion just cost him everything. But it was a nice little play, like 2 heroes came from the side, from Invasion I think, and they just like pincered them on the back end.
Wow. Really good play there by
Oh.
Invasion.
Invasion are smoked up again, they're moving in. They want some more kills.
But the big stack now has been
Actually,
taken
like
by this
before-
Tide Hunter.
Is it? Where's Tide?
Yeah.
There he is. Sorry. Kinda
It's
missed
gonna be a
him.
big amount of goals.
Lost him.
What were you saying?
I kinda lost Tide. I was saying that Invasion seemed so afraid of Myth, and I was suggesting that they just bite the bullet and get a fight done. And like bait out the ultimates. They are like under level already, so they're going to be responding sooner, and then when they're up again, they can go and push as 5.
Hmm.
When they have the time. I mean, that's something they could have done, but they didn't have to do it because Myth just wiped on in bottom tier 2, and they didn't even take it down.
Yeah. Well, another fight coming out. Central going to initiate there onto ADTR. Puck coming in with the silence. Only going to be landing onto one. Stampede does go off. Morphling now coming in. BKB Cop. Ravage going to be going onto two. Ghost is in a bad situation. He's got the Yules, but is he going to use it? He does use it last second there, but he still is going to be taking a fall. Last hit going the way of the Tide Hunter. That's 2 down. Kachikimba is there, but he's going to get taken down there by MyPro. Just not tanky enough to survive that. And that is a 3-for-1 exchange. FCFC unable to sort of defend it. That was a fight more like what I was expecting.
Tower ain't a pretty sight right now.
They got a little bit overconfident, and AA misses ult. And Ogre just died instantly too, so they started 4v5, AA got no one in his ultimate, and the BKB morph on the back end just right-clicked them down. There's nothing they could do there. Think of the ult again.
And you have 3 Puck going in with the orb. Silence not going to land to anyone. He is going to get silenced up. The Kells wants to go in, but nice time by ADTR coming out, just going to be delaying it for now. And Tower is going to fall. Sorry, it's not fall. Stay for now. So that AA ulti is pretty much crucial for them, I suppose. He's almost got the Ags up, but if he doesn't hit it, those team fights are going to be a lot harder for them. Which is a lot of pressure for OK.
Yeah, AA is under immense pressure to land those ultimates. Like, without the ult, they can't fight. They just can't at this point. Kichikima went for a MiTH actually. You're right.
Did he? Really?
Yes, he did. He did. He went for a MiTH. Look at him.
That's such good. Oh wait, who else went for MiTH? Jakira went for MiTH too. They've decided that they don't want to. This is MiTH gaming. Everyone get a MiTH. You get a MiTH. You get a MiTH. Everybody gets a MiTH. So what do you think about that? Do you think that trying to go late game against this Morphling is going to be good, or do you think it's okay, but it's going to be because it's going to be more Morphling versus Jakiro and Dragon Knight?
I honestly think it would be kind of okay. It wouldn't be too bad going late game against the Morphling. They have the AA, and Morphling went for early BKB, and look at the charges. They're already down to only 8 seconds.
Yeah.
And you can't refresh your BKB anymore, so...
Yep.
If they get a good AA ulti of Morphling, is going to be in a bad place.
Well, that is one big thing about picking up an item like a BKB on a Morphling now, is that after the change that you can't refresh that BKB, when it gets down to 5 seconds, that's it. When you've got a hero that's got such superior late game, I wonder if it might have been better if MiTH had decided to... Oh, actually, fight going off. Kachikimba is just going to die instantly. He's just dead. Chain Frost coming out. They will be able to get the ADTR down as well. That Chain Frost still just bouncing around, and the kills with a double kill there. Do they want to try and defend this? They're sort of lurking around, but I don't think they can. Oh, Ghost is going in, Ice Path coming out, but Jakiro, he's going to be taking a fall. FC comes in, get caught with that Ravage coming out by Jab. People get a 2-man ulti. The Kells is going to be taking a fall though, so actually probably worth it. Ghost somehow didn't die from that. That was really weird. But either way, they will be going for a 2-kill streak there onto Ghost. He's chasing after MyPro. No Blink Dagger up on MyPro. They do have the Ice Path coming out. He's trying to get a blind Ice Path. Will actually hit it. Not enough mana for the Jewel Breath, but he has got that Yule Scepter just in case, and they should be able to get him down anyway. And yet again, another seemingly terrible team fight for Invasion. They somehow managed to turn around.
I don't know. I think the Tide is messing up a little bit, to be honest. He went in and he ravaged only Ghost. Like,
no, he hit the puck as well.
I don't know. Yeah, but then what? Like, there was no follow-up. They had already used their nukes, so... I don't get what he was trying to do. But should have just waited a little bit. Got in the heat of the moment and just went in and did a ravage. And, well, we can't call it a Shiva ravage because it did hit, but at the end of it was kind of a Shiva ravage because it didn't get anything done. And got his own teammates killed instead. This Shakir was doing a lot of work. Like, these ice paths were amazing.
Yeah, Ghost is really good at the hero.
Yeah, he just got out the kills here and just like melted him.
But yeah, what I was saying about
the power of the ult.
There you go, just smacking on the kills. About the Morphling is that I wonder if maybe MiTH had been better if they had gone for that sort of more traditional Morphling build, maybe a Manta or a Lincoln's. I mean, Lincoln's isn't necessarily good this game, but, you know, going for sort of late game items and picking up the BKB later in the game, because right now they're sort of in this tough situation where the Kells really needs that BKB to fight. They've got a huge amount of magical nuking damage. That AA ulti is going to be destroying him in the late game. And oh, he's going for the Ethereal Blade. And if he'd actually sort of... and it's stuck. And if he'd actually sort of gone for more late game items, then he could have picked the BKB up later and been able to fight late game. But I guess that's why the MiTH pickup is good by invasion, because so long as they don't lose a Rax, they're going to make it to the late game with equivalent, if not superior, gold. And with that, they're going to be able to fight that Morphling who won't have a high level BKB, which means those hexes they pick up will be good, though. Another team fight coming out. Oh, Ghost, he's in big trouble. He's in big dead. Chain Frost just going to be landing onto ADTR. He hasn't got anywhere to go, though. 2 kills coming out. Stampede coming out as well. The Ravage is going to land on Kachikimba, but he doesn't have BKB yet. He is going to get hit by it. This could be devastating. Kachikimba going to get hit there with everything. Ethereal Blade coming out. Trevor kill there onto Morphling. Well, I was about to say that's exactly what MiTH need to do, is finish the game very soon before that BKB.
No, they can't. They can't. They took that fight, but all the lanes are pushed out, so they can't get anything.
They get the
in return,
Roshan though.
You know. Well, it's just Roshan, but I mean, it's not high ground. It's not a tier 2 tower, and they might not be able to even finish it because they are coming in like, okay, it's gonna just scout them out, and they're going to be afraid of the A ult. See, they're afraid. They're backing out already.
Yeah. Oh well. BKB baited out there. That's
That's huge.
doing
So
some.
now they can't do Roshan anymore.
So they're gonna be backing out.
Oh, mid lane ADTR in trouble. Luckels nearly went for him. Didn't quite blow him up though. Ogre a bit too tanky.
What do you feel about this Ethereal Blade pickup, by the way? Do you think Ethereal Blade is still viable on Morphling, or it's better to go for other items?
It's suicidal. Like right now, it's like suicidal actually. I mean, he should have just built some stats so he has more base HP. He really needs like to build a tanky Morphling, as you were saying earlier. Otherwise, he's just going to die in AA blast if he gets caught out. Another thing they can do is they can wait for like initiation from invasion, then go in with the Morphling later on.
Yeah.
That can work as well in the fights if he's doing enough DPS, but he's going for a pick of Morphling like with the Ethereal Blade, so I don't get their strategy right now. And he might be in trouble because in comes Ghost. He's fast, he's really fast. Morphling, yep, there's a U, straight into the ice path. There is going to be a BKB baited out, and that's more than good for Ghost. Like, he baited out the BKB, is now only 6 seconds long.
Yeah.
It's just going down, down, down. Next charge is going to be only 5 seconds left.
And like we said, you cannot rebuy BKB. When that's down to 5 seconds, that's it. And if he gets hit with that AA blast, that's 12 seconds where he cannot use his strength morph, which is pretty huge in team fights. And it's also 12 seconds that, I mean, Ethereal Blade against AA, one big thing about it is that normally morph will go for max agility, or not max agility, but very close to it, so he gets the maximum damage coming out from the Ethereal Blade nuke. But against an AA, if he gets hit with that AA blast, he's going to have to just run, because the BKB doesn't debuff him. He's still going to be, debuffed by it, and he's going to have 12 seconds of not regenerating any HP, meaning that he can't afford to take any damage. He can't put his strength up. He's just, useless in those team fights if he gets hit by that AA blast.
MiTH, I think, need a Sieger. They need a hero with a lot of HP who can just go ahead, hit the tower, while the rest of their team is just wait like on the sides. That's like the surefire way to win this game. But they're using Luckels on the front edge. I look at him; he's just standing on the front. Everything.
I guess he's sort of a threat though, because if anyone comes forward, not necessarily all of them, but most of them he can sort of one-shot. Maybe not the puck, unless the silence comes out because of the phase shift. But he is a little bit scary anyway. In a way, sorry, but they're going to be going in on him. Oh, they will be able to get him down now, and that is the problem with having max agility.
See? He's not scary at all. That's what I meant. Like, he's not scary. He tried to get a kill off onto ADTR earlier, but he wasn't even able to, and they're gonna find SD as well. He's dead.
His gem.
2 people dead. No one died from invasion, and that was a gem? They don't see it yet though.
I think they do. They're going in for it.
Yeah, A sees it. A sees it.
Yeah, that's what I meant about Morphling going for that BKB first. I don't think it was a good decision. I think he should have gone for farming items. They were winning the early game. There was no need for him to go for early game items because they don't have a way to end the game early necessarily. Like you said, they don't have a Sieger, they don't have a Jakiro, they don't have a Dragon Knight. They've got no way to actually end the game with the advantage that they had. And Golden Experience now, you can see it's going up, but it's going down just as much as it's going up. But Teamfight coming out,
No,
Chainfrost going to be
back
going
out.
out, Ravage
No.
is going to be popping, no, he gets hit there. Can he get it off? He's silenced up, he will get off last second. They're trying to take down Ghost, but it's not going to be enough. FC will go down there, 2 Lakells as well. And Ghost going down 2 Lakells with a double kill after that buyback. And it's a triple kill too. 4 dead from Invasion. Just hitting them down bit by bit, and the Roshan is going to be going the way of MiTH. Good buyback there by Lakells.
If Invasion kind of like hesitated to go back, they misjudged how much damage MiTH can actually do, and they like just stayed around here way too much, and they wanted to take a fight for some reason. They should have just backed off. I don't know why they took it. They didn't have to.
I think they were hoping they could have killed the Tide off. They got Tide so low,
then,
like he was almost dead.
This can be huge. Look at the AL's coming in.
Will SD die? Maybe not.
No,
Courtesy of the Radiant.
probably not.
Probably. It's close.
Well,
Well,
it's
it's
going back
just-
and forth like right now.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I would usually say that Morphling is going to be the ultimate late game carry, which if Lakel sort of rotates into a Miracle style play, going up for that Manta and just, you know, ratting Naga type, they will have a chance in the late game, but it's going to be so hard to fight sort of 5v5, I think, once more core items come out onto Invasion. And with these 2 Midases, those core items will be coming, no matter what. We've already got the Shivas up on Ghost. I mean, Ghost is sitting just below the Morphling in net worth. It's one
The
scary
problem with the
Jakiro.
Morphling ratting is that he's going to be relying on morphing out, but you can't do that in front of a Puck, who is a sort of anti-rat hero who just blinks in on your face, waning rifts you, and then you can't get out. And you can
Well, the
follow
way
up and
Miracle-
kill you off, you know?
Miracle does it is
Yeah,
by
he
just
just
using
sent out the
illusions.
illusions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So, I
that's
mean,
a
it's
little
not
bit
really-
slower.
yeah, it's not as effective, but I don't know. I mean, the team fights are just going one way and then another and then one way and then another, so I don't feel like any team is really getting a huge advantage at this point. But, you know, maybe the rat is going to be just safer. Not necessarily better, but just a safer way to do it. The Kachikimba's been spotted out by the Kels. Kel's just going to steal his creep.
Go on him. Well, Kachikimba's BKB is pretty healthy, like only use it once, and they want to take a fight. They're grouping him on the side. Ghost is gonna poke his head out. Or not, they see SD moving in, I think. Yeah, they see them. In
Oh.
comes Mitras, in comes Lich. There he is. They want to burst him first, but uh-oh, Ghost is gonna die first. In comes the center, and they're going ADTR 22 target. AL is gonna come in, gonna land on Lakells, but it's not doing any damage at all because he's BKB'd up. Kachikimba has to get out. Puck barely surviving, gets out, but Lakells fast on chase. He's actually going in. He's going to die. He's dead. Gonna pop the BKB for the ages. And, well, seems like Tide wants more. He's gonna go forward. FC's gonna get wrecked. Jams on the ground. And he's going for more. Like, kills. He can't go for more. I don't think he can.
They're diving it. They're
Or
going
actually
into
they can.
base with this.
They're diving it.
They've got such tanky heroes. I suppose they can do that with the ice armor. Ulti though flying through. If they can hit that, my pro. Oh, he's got that BKB, but still, he's gonna have 12 seconds of taking that damage, or maybe a little bit more. I don't know what charge his BKB. So stun coming out on
Will
the
he die?
kills. They didn't actually hit it with the ice blast, but Tidehunter now blinking forward, going into OK. OK is just gonna be able to make it out from this. He does have the gem back, but another one fight there by MiTH, so looking good.
That's only a tower. Only a tier 2 tower for an Aegis. I mean, it's still not lost. What's up?
Oh yeah, this game can go either way. These engagements are getting harder for Invasion right now just because of that refresher up coming out in the Tide. But it's an incredibly long cooldown, so now would probably be their time to push the lanes out and then go smoke, just while Tide does not have that double ult.
Oh, I didn't notice he got a refresher up.
Yeah,
let's take a
he had
look
that
at
last
items.
fight.
Haven't taken a look at them at all. Lich is building into a scepter. Centaur has a heart up, which means he's pretty much unkillable now. Scarlet Mage is at 4 support, running around with 2 null talismans. While Morphling, he's 4.5k gold in the bank. What do you think he's going to pick up, a Manta or a Scully?
Well, like I said, I think sort of ratting is going to be quite good for them, so Manta would be nice. Also, like you were talking about the Puck, stopping him from split pushing, if you use that Manta, you can of course dispel the silence, so It could also help a bit with that Park getting silenced up since his BKB cooldown, BKB duration is quite short now. So I think that Manta pickup's quite good. He's still good enough for buyback right now, though it's on cooldown for another 2 minutes. But what do you reckon next? Do you think Skadi? Do you think Butterfly for just extra damage?
Both
Satanic,
I think
even?
Skadi's going to be better.
Yep.
Satanic is not that good against AA. But
Yeah.
it doesn't do bad, but honestly I would just go for a Skadi so you can take everyone down. No one can run away from him, especially this Dragon Knight who's so slow already. And we'll
Going
help
in for another
trying to
tier
get out the security too. They can take it like easily. Invasion don't
Yeah.
defend, they're on the top lane.
I think one big thing that we need to see Invasion doing though is picking up some hexes right now. They've got, 2 Yules coming out, they've got the Shiva's Guard, but they haven't actually had anyone building into a hex. And I think that Sheep Stick would really, really help sort of taking down that Morphling, or even just trying to get the Tide down before those fights begin. They're focusing a lot on the Tide just to stop that double Ravage, but it might be easier, of course, if they do have sort of that hex just to stop someone from doing anything for a couple of seconds.
Actually, I would have loved to see more from on the puck. He was on a safe lane, and for some reason he was playing too defensive. And he didn't get.
Well, he got
as much
shut down
armor,
on the safe lane.
Tower's hurting.
Well,
I think he was really scared.
It's only a
'cause-
Scarlet Mage. Yeah, he was, I think, too scared, to be honest. I mean, it's a puck. You can even run him off lane against a dual lane and be good if you're doing it well. I don't know. His dagger came on way too late. Like, he had to farm bottom lane for like a solid
Dire's mid
5
tower
minutes to get it up.
Technical difficulties.
Well, he should have
Well,
had it on
Centaur
the
can
lane.
initiate on
in
Chicken,
comes
but
the
Chicken is
Viper.
going to get immediately taken down. He just accepts his fate, stands there, takes it. ADTR getting the stun off onto just the illusion though, but in comes the Tide, trying to get that double Ravage off. They will get the kills very, very low. They will actually kill the kills there. Ghost now in a little bit of trouble. He's very, very low. He dodges the AA ulti, but going to get hit by the double Ravage anyway. Morphling buyback coming back into that fight. Buyback on Ghost as well. They want to try and get down MyPro. He has got that heart up, like you said, but they should be able to do it. Oh no, FC. Maybe misjudges slightly. Gets very, very low. Yulesep to save himself. He has to walk back. If he hits again, he is going to die. And you can see, just to stop that auto attack, he does actually phase shift. But they got 4 down from that. And fight recap, that was a 4 for 2 trade with 2 buybacks. But definitely worth it to kill the Morphling, I would say.
Yeah,
What do you
Invasion
feel?
walked away with more gold. Invasion walked away with more gold. They got a little bit more, and they defended their high ground. It's just looking kinda clumsy, to be honest. Invasion... They're getting picked off. They either need to, like, pincer them from the side and catch them out with the ALT, because otherwise they can't take a teamfight head on. Like, the Tide with a Ravage and, like, the double Ravage is just way too strong.
Would it be worth if one of the supports maybe picked up a pipe at this point, just to heal with the damage from the double Ravage, or is it a little bit too late for that?
Honestly, yeah, it's actually so good. But they need better movements, like they need a pincer move to win this team fight. Head on, they are just paper. You can't move in that double Ravage, like it's so OP. The recent nerfed it a little bit, but it's still, still OP. Like people were getting a refresher in about 20 minutes or 25 minutes on the diet. With like pre-nerf, and it was just stupid.
Yeah.
In 25 minutes, double Ravage, you can't do anything against it. It's going to be on your face. Like in most of the pubs you're team fighting is pretty stupid. You're just going head on.
This looks like what you might be able to do against it. They're putting down an aggressive wood. They haven't spotted Jab though quite yet, but they do see the Lich in the mid lane. They're going in, Puck initiating with the silence. Oi actually does have a lot of HP, but he's got up his ulti with Ags, and that's going to bounce internally. Kajiki Brother coming in. We'll be able to get the last hit. There's a BKB user. Kel's now coming in, taking it down. Poor OK, though he does manage to barely survive. In fact, he might make it away from this. Ghost coming in to save the day. Kells, if he dies now, this could be devastating. He did just buy back, and he will be going down. 103 seconds on him, but Tide's now coming in. Ravage still on cooldown, but Ghost is making a run for it. Kachigin has taken a fall. Ice Path coming up, but dodged there by Jab. Ghost does have the Yules up. Yules used by FC onto the Centaur, cancelling his Blink Dagger out. And in fact, FCSC just being a bit of a bro, hitting him to stop him from being able to blink. Another Ice Path going to be missing. He's got the Yules up though. He will get stunned. He should be able to make it out from this. Morphling illusions are coming, but of course Morphling is dead. Maybe not. Can he do it? He's got Shivers back up. He's got the Yules. He's going to use the Yules. So Ice Pass forward, which does it save the day? defensive Centaur decides to go for it. He is trying to go for it. Shiva's guard going to be coming out. The BKB is popped. Tide's going to be using the Ravage. Does he get it? No! The mech popped, keeping him alive, but jab 4 stops forward. They chase him across the map. Maybe this wasn't the best decision because FCFC is back there to help out. Can he do anything? His heals is on cooldown for another 8 seconds, and it looked like that chase from all the way to here to here. Poor Ghost. He thought he made it home free, but he didn't. But I guess good chasing there. They definitely distracted Invasion and got those kills that they needed.
He never used his heals. Like, he had it off cooldown from here. He never used it. I don't know why. I don't know what he was waiting for. He should have just used it on the center and gotten out, and just used Ice Path forward to catch the Tide and just walked out. But I don't know.
Who knows?
I mean, you could have even just Euled the Tide and poured it out. Made it out that Ravage earlier.
Yeah.
Here comes the ult. This one will land on Tide. Oh, they're gonna go in. In comes FCSC. Only catches one in the ult, and that's gonna just refresh and Ravage. Out goes the ult. Sorry, not the ult, but the Lich ult is gonna bring down the Ancient. Jumps on the deck. That's gonna pick it up. FCFC has to get out of here. He's gonna make it out. In comes Center ulti on the back end. They pick up ADTR. The Kel's getting that kill. This is grim. This is grim. 2 people are dead, and this might be Rex. It might just take them into
Kashyyyk
Rex.
is up. 7-second BKB. AA's got buyback. Ghost is back up in 20 seconds. They need to hold this at 20 seconds, but it looks like Kashyyyk Ember's just gonna let it go, I suppose. He's not TP. Oh, he has got his TP up now, but he didn't TP back. So yeah. It's gonna be Rax, but I don't think it's gonna be more. It could be loss of Roshan though, since Roshan has respawned. They're going for it. They want to get 2 lanes. The Kells does not have buyback for 2 more minutes. A is going to buy back now. His ulti. Not using it. FCFC going in. They want to be able to get down the Kells. Ice Path coming out. Stun as well. A is going to be able to get the Ice Path, which causes the death there of the Kells. FCFC chasing after them. OY is TPing out. They won't be able to cancel that. They do see Tide though. They're going in. Puck. Is he going to be able to catch up? He's got the Blink Dagger. He's got the 4 staff. I think that he should be okay. Though Sky actually comes forward.
Regeneration.
Silence. So he's slowly going to be coming through. He's trying to hide into the trees, but he actually walks forward into him. ST pathing. No, wait. What's going on? Oh, he tries to TP out, but not going to be happening. Ice Path coming out in the high ground. Puck going to blink forward. Silence is going. Oh no, Puck! He's got the Hex.
Okay.
He uses the last second. The mech saving him. Oh my, that could mean. That was so close.
Nearly turned it around. There's a gem on the ground.
Where's the gem?
Someone was pinging on it.
Yeah,
think
I saw the
Warrior
thingy.
got
I
it?
just didn't see he picked it up. Maybe AA got it?
Where is it?
I don't know. Someone's
Where is
pinging it.
A doesn't have it anymore. Let's see it. Well, gem's pretty much hidden.
That's one of those.
They did cover the Roches up, so next fight is going to be probably on the Roche. I think both sides on the Roches up. And against my bro, who's in this up. This might be a little bit big if Invasion tries to go in now, because they don't have any detection, right? And oh, there's a Hex up on the Jakiro too.
They were
There's
2
Hex
hexes
up now on Invasion. Yeah. And there's an AC as well on the Dragon Knight.
Oh, they're smoking
they
out, but like
smoked
you
up
said,
right.
Invis, nobody has detection. They weren't expecting it. Hexer going to be coming out, landing onto Tidehunter. He has not got the double Ravage. Fuel's going to be thrown up. 1 Ravage going to be coming out. Stampede as well. Kashyyyk but does get hit there. Ghost is going to be getting incredibly low. He will be taking a fall. Kashyyyk but now making a run for it. His BKB is ready. Are they going to try and fight this? ADT are stunning out. Kashyyyk but turns around, pops his ulti. BKB still not used. They're trying to take down the Kells. He's going to get 4 staffed out. And can they get the kill? Looks like no. BKB is finally used. Yes, they will be able to do it the last second, but that second Ravage just comes up. Kashyyyk Imba trying to back out. ADTR is there. Kashyyyk Imba TPing out after using that MiTH. But that was a 3 for 1 there. Only Kashyyyk Imba and OK getting out. Roshan lost.
And the Roshan.
And buyback from the Kells. He
No
wants
more
that
buyback.
Aegis and they want to finish with this.
That's a bit ambitious, to be honest. I mean, I think it's a bit
This
too
is-
ambitious.
Risky because I mean if
Yeah.
he dies twice now he's going to be dead for a significant amount of time, and if Invasion can get a significant win on the team fight they can just straight end. They've got a lot of pushing ability, but at the same time I suppose that they're feeling confident enough in their lineup that they don't think that's going to happen. They are looking pretty scary, I'll admit that.
Network, look at the network, it's a bit funny that Sandra's on the top. Followed by the Jakiro, like Kills is like even below the Tidehunter. He's been
My
getting
first
picked
string
up
worked.
every fight. He's doing good.
I mean,
like it's just Sandra.
My pro is normally the two position there for Myth Trust. He normally runs in the mid lane, then we got sort of stuck in the off lane this game. So he definitely knows how to farm, and they give him farm priority over the Tidehunter. Though, honestly, if you look at the CS, I think everyone's sort of sitting on a fair amount of farm there. Though it's interesting that nobody has actually...
Soda guys.
Just the what?
I miss those Chinese Soda games like where everyone just like farm, and did more CS in the minutes.
Hmm.
I mean, I miss those games. I don't know why. I really miss them. I love to see Burning farming away in like TI2, TI3. Those were like the golden days of Dota, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, the games were long,
China
but they
did.
were exciting. I mean, they were exciting. Like even if they were long, they were still exciting to me.
Yeah. Well, this could turn
And
into a farm
it actually
burst. Depends on how ballsy makes the feeling.
Well, yeah, Lakels is kind of like, guys, don't want to go in right now, buybacks on cooldown. So they're probably going to just wait for 5 minutes, but that would be a bit too long, I guess. Because it is going to expire in that time.
Hmm.
So do you think they want to push in right now, or do they want to keep farming? I mean, obviously you say that they are going to farm, but...
I wonder
should
what they're
farm?
waiting for, though. I mean, I don't know if Myth Trust should really farm, though. I mean, they've got a pretty significant advantage right now, but we've seen how even with a huge advantage for Invasion, I mean, for Myth Trust, Invasion can still win those team fights when they put their head into it, so... Oh, God, see, like, Tidehunter running forward now, one Hex coming out, stun coming out, multicast, double 4-star, BKB is used, he wants to do this double Ravage, but it's on cooldown. Kachikimba is going to be using his own BKB, they're trying to chase down after the Tidehunter, one more hit, he will be taking a fall, but the BKB is going to be saving him. Kachikimba misses the kill. Oh no, they're just going to TP out. Invasion disengaging. FCS is incredibly low. He will be able to make it out. He's got the Yules. Blink on cooldown though. He's got the phase shift. He is going to be using it. This is the power of a puck. And no. I thought he wasn't going to jaunt to that, but
I
feel like
no
he could have
making
not.
no in here.
Yeah. Well, they only lost one. That was really unlucky. I don't know if you're watching that Tide, but he was on about 20 HP. But Kachikimba used the Breathe Fire at the last second to try and get the kill, but Tidehunter's BKB just wore out the second before it hit. So, poor Kachikimba didn't get the kill. But one Ravage down at
He
least.
should have gotten it. He should have like just went for it. Should have killed the Tide.
But
at
after
least.
he'd already tried to TP out, if he cancelled his TP, he could have died for that, and it's not worth it. I mean, killing Tide is definitely good, but is it worth one position for 3 possession? Though Kachikimba, no
Looks like
TP
about
scroll on
over
him.
now.
Apart.
He's standing down the enemy jungle, no TP. Morphling is at the racks. He luckily finds a
They
haste
know.
rune,
They know.
Radiant's mid tower. could
They
use
know he
a
doesn't have a DP, so they're gonna go. Yeah, see,
definitely
Lakels, he's so
can.
aggressive. He's going on high ground.
They're just taking the range racks, no regeneration on that. Ghost is taking a huge amount of damage. He needs to use himself, but it's on cooldown. He used it on the Kells. Ghost is taking a fall. He has got buyback though. He's going to buyback immediately. One Ravage coming out. MyPro running in. Okay, does get his ulti off. Going to be landing onto the Kells there. That could be enough, maybe, but the Kells does get a mega kill. 2 buybacks. Puck is back into the game as well. Kachikimba running out with that haste rune. MyPro is so tanky. They just can't manage to take him down. The Kells is respawning after his Aegis was popped. Kachikimba running in. His ulti finally wears off cooldown. Going in, they want to kill the Kells if they can kill the Kells, but it's not going to be enough. They can't get close. They will take down just Oi getting their dominating streak, but MyPro coming back in. 4-star trying to save the Kells, but is it going to be enough? He actually goes straight back in. Ghost, who bought back, he needs to get out. He actually uses though on the Morphling. It's not going to be enough to save him, and Kachikimba, well, he's just sort of running around the base. He doesn't know what to do. He could maybe get MyPro, but he might die for it. He's fighting actually onto Jab.
a pretty sight right now.
They will be able to kill off the Tidehunter, but they lose the racks for it.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's
They tried hard,
tower.
but I don't know. In the end, it's just wasn't enough. I still feel like the Fox should have gone a little bit more top lane.
Yeah. Oh no, Kachikimba could be in trouble. The stun coming onto the Kells. Is it going to be enough? The Kells pops that BKB. Yep, we'll be able to get down Kachikimba. He does have buyback. I mean, maybe if they can kill the Morphling now, it could be worth it. He did have a buyback on off cooldown. 2 more minutes on it. MyPro, they're coming back in. Kachikimba does buy back. They really want to kill the Kells, but they just can't get close. Morphling just going to waveform out. Nothing they can do. Buyback wasted by Kachikimba.
This is why I hate Dragon Knight. Like, he's so slow.
Yeah.
He's so slow. And especially with the center, he's just gonna like with the Shiva's guard, he was nowhere close to catching the kills there.
Yeah.
I mean, if he doesn't have the ult up, he just can't even move.
Yeah.
I hate this hero so much.
I think he's a great hero, but
Game has played him amazing. It's just so slow.
MiTH just picked it too well. As soon as they saw that dual lane mid, I feel like they should have rotated someone to help Kachik out because, I mean, he's 6 to 15. I have never seen Kachik have such a terrible score. I mean, like, I've seen a lot of Invasion, and I've seen games where Kachik started out at 0 to 4, but never have I seen him go 6 to 15. This is actually the worst I've ever seen Kachik go. So I think that's really put Invasion on tilt, and
Dire's bottom
I mean, I agree
No
Dragon
matter
Knight's
what
really slow
for-
and crappy. But yeah, they know it's over.
Well, they're gonna call the GG.
the Dire's
But,
But
they
it is the
still
best
have one
free
game
score,
advantage,
1-1.
so yeah,
Yeah.
scores now 1-1. So we're gonna go to game 2 or into the game 3.
Yeah.
Because game 1 kinda didn't happen. Waited a long time for it.
Fault win. But either way, GG, well played to both teams. Thank you, of course, to Gigabyte for sponsoring this tournament, as well as AMD. And Dota Talk for Kanye and me and Sephiroth to cast this. And we'll see you guys in the next game.